How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new video. We are in fact doing a Bitcoin giveaway on this channel, so if you would like to have a chance to win zero point 0.1 Bitcoin, all you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and of course include your Bitcoin wallet address in a comment down below. So if you are the lucky selected winner, you will have a place to receive your winnings. And you can also connect with us on Snapchat. We will also be communicating with people on there. So all that being said, the winner will actually be announced on Friday. Good luck to everybody. In this video, we are actually talking about Tron TRX. The community that's established itself around Tron is really one of the strongest, I think, due to the fact that people are understanding the significance of the decline of platforms like YouTube and all these old like Google platforms that essentially had full control in the space, but now they're being challenged by this next wave of cryptocurrency. Now, I love YouTube, don't get me wrong, but I think that it really is time for a technology like Tron to really rise up and essentially provide that decentralized alternative that can really take us into the next stage of the internet, where things are really going to be getting interesting, respectively, when you take into consideration cryptocurrencies and how much development there is. I mean, obviously, we've been seeing a lot of volatility in the space, but when I look at this list of cryptocurrencies on here, I always think to myself, what are these technologies doing in the real world that's actually going to be having a realistic impact on the way that people live their lives? I very much do believe in Justin's son, and overall, I think the team that's working currently on Tron have a very interesting vision of the future, especially when you take into consideration the fact that the market cap is where it is right now at 274 billion. I think that there is a lot of potential in store for the cryptocurrency space as we see things continue to move forward, and especially now we see this news of a possibility between collaboration between Neo and Tron. And I think that sort of the side of the world, China in particular, when we take into consideration Neo, and of course, that's whole sort of, perception of the world. I think that, because people in America don't necessarily understand the way that people perceive Justin's son in other parts of the world, as he is, in fact, really a celebrity. It's interesting to see how in America people are concerned with celebrities like Tom Brady and all these sports icons, but all the way in other parts of the world, people are very much more interested in seeing the people who are actually talented, like Justin's son, in the development of projects like Tron. The decentralized vision of the future moving forward. It is very exciting to see how Tron has been taking these next steps further, and respectively, when you take into consideration how much progress has really happened, in such a short amount of time when it comes to Tron. And I think moving forward, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of more interesting things coming together, especially when you take into consideration all the potential that's really not even being leveraged as of currently when it comes to cryptocurrencies in the current market. I'm very much excited to be seeing the potential that's in store for it in the next few years. I think 2019 and the year 2020 are very much exciting, in particular the way that Tron has been positioning themselves currently. I think we're definitely going to be seeing some really interesting things moving forward ahead. So let's face it, everybody, it's time to come to terms with the fact that YouTube is very much in decline, and platforms like Tron and decentralized alternatives to the current problems that are really plaguing the internet as we currently see it. I think Tron and websites, and all these different potential, all these really up and coming side of the internet that are ultimately challenging the old paradigm, challenging, we see Facebook is in decline. And, I like YouTube. I used to like Facebook. I like Twitter. I like all these different platforms. And I think that if we move forward into more of this decentralized, because it's more of an alternative that's coming up whether people like it or not. So when we talk about the decentralized future of the internet and the potential that's in store for these technologies, it really is exciting to see how things have been developing in such a short amount of time. And I think with all the different competition that's out there, the way that Tron has currently been positioning themselves is really advantageous, especially with the success of cryptos like Steam and platforms like DTube, and of course websites like BitChute now leveraging cryptocurrencies and taking advantage of the potential there to within that's offered. But it is interesting to see how these technologies have been developing in such a short amount of time. I think the decentralized approach to media providing is really something that's going to be playing a significant role, especially we see platforms like Facebook in decline. We see, YouTube, sad to say, is making some decisions that aren't exactly in their best interests when it comes to the way that they treat their creators and the way that they interact with the base of consumers who are actually using the product. And I think that when it comes to Tron, it's really interesting to pay attention to the team that's working behind it. In particular, I'm very interested in seeing where Justin Sun brings us in the near future as things continue to develop. I think, when you really consider the way that Justin Sun is perceived and his celebrity and the way that his status has emerged over time, I think that he's really one of those one-of-a-kind Tom Brady type, tech icons that are going to be bringing us into the next stage of the way that people are going to be interacting on the internet. I would say that the internet definitely is decentralized, and Tron really is one of those forward-thinking technologies that has a very interesting look ahead for it. And I mean, of course, seeing Tron at this number, at this obviously 3 cents, it is interesting for me. I mean, I've been paying attention to Tron since it came out. I think that it is interesting to see how these various different developments have been implemented across the board in multiple different ways. And personally, I mean, all this is just my opinion, but I've seen this current situation and dynamic with the market being how it is as an opportunity to accumulate more of the technologies that I personally have done my research in and come to the conclusion that I could see them having a future for themselves. Obviously, standard disclaimer, this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. The whole purpose of me making this content is just so that I could share my opinion. And of course, my opinions lead me down my own path, but I'd always recommend that you guys go and make your own decisions and do your own research and question my logic and question the logic of any other YouTuber out there who you're listening to on any topic, because at the end of the day, you're responsible for your own decisions. Obviously, I'm not your dad, and no other YouTuber on here is going to tell you any different. There's obviously, when it comes down to it, there's going to be sloppy days, and then there's going to be days when everybody's wishing that they were in the know when it comes to these things, and you were doing so. Obviously, knowledge is power when it comes to cryptocurrency, which is why I always include a link to the Twitter as well down in the description. So if you guys are interested in connecting with us, you could do so very easily, of course. And all that being said, I'm definitely interested in seeing what's going to be happening with Tron. So far as it continues to move forward, I think Tron definitely has one of the strongest communities in the cryptocurrency space as it currently stands, and I'm definitely excited to be seeing where things are going to be moving from this point forward. So ultimately, I think Tron definitely does have some big things in store for it, especially when you take into consideration the fact that cryptocurrency is so early, and there's a lot of different variables that need to come together in accordance with the public shift and the way people are starting to talk about data in the light of the rise of the Internet of Things. A lot of very exciting things happening across the board involving cryptocurrency, and I think Tron is really doing a good job positioning themselves in the center of all that, and it's definitely one that I'm definitely paying attention to as I move forward into the next half of 2018. And of course, remember, standard disclaimer, I'm not your dad. This video is not financial advice. This video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Standard disclaimer. I know the audience is pretty well adjusted to this, but it is interesting to just hear what certain people have to say about this. But yeah, it is the Tron coin burn. this is what I'm really interested in seeing, how this is going to having a long-term effect later on down the line. In particular, I think September. And it's really going to be interesting. I was watching this video by Crypto Tone. I definitely recommend that you guys go and subscribe to this channel. I was just watching a lot of different videos that were talking about this sort of topic, and I think that the coin burn is really going to be playing out and having a very interesting role to play as we see this technology and the various different developments that have been happening so far. So really interesting things happen. I think Tron has one of the strongest communities in the crypto space at the moment, and I'm very interested in seeing where Justin Sun has to take this really revolutionary project. Is going to be very interesting. So I definitely recommend that you guys go follow Justin Sun on the Twitter, his Twitter, and so forth. And of course, if you're interested, you guys can connect with us on our Twitter as well. You guys, we're at CryptoTuber, and if you guys want, you can also connect with us on Snapchat as well. So a lot of exciting things happening. It's interesting to see so many things in the green today, but it seems only logical what with all the different red that we were seeing over the course of so much time. So good days, bad days. This is why it's important to do your own research and never really trust anybody except for your better wisdom and so forth. But yeah, so up right now we have Ethos and gas. Gas pretty good. I mean, of course, $15 for gas, that's pretty abysmal. The value of Neo is pretty much where gas was. Gas used to be worth 50, and then Neo used to be worth 100. But every crypto has taken a hit. I saw somewhere that like 75% of cryptocurrencies didn't make it. So that's the risk that you play. The risk that comes in. Of course, and Bitcoin dominance at 41%. Of course. It basically speaks for itself. So yeah, all that being said, definitely comment down below letting me know what you guys think, and make sure that you add us on Snapchat, and we can stay connected that way. All that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.